Can you pray?
If not, Joe, you just show them.
I don't know why everyone's wanting to come into the U.S. I think there are narratives out there that I've heard of just via social media maybe, where people are coming into our country to do us harm, and that may be the case.
I think when we talk about immigration issues, people immediately think, okay, if you want to have compassion for this person, or if you want to see this happen, then you're not on God's side. Because God says we're supposed to protect our kids. God says all of these things about walls and, okay, yeah. What about that truth for the other people?
I did it. Are we going to see a lot of people
Who don't speak English? Well, there are already a lot of people in our country who speak different languages.
Yeah, but I don't really often see them, and so I'm saying that, am I going to hear more of that?
Oh, that's a good question.
I mean, just realizing that everybody's not gonna look like you, everybody's not gonna speak like you, you know, and even the person we worship is not gonna look like us. So I said, some of us gonna see Jesus and say, uh-oh. It's one thing to hear something on the news, but when you're up close and personal with this issue, you know, you look at it totally different.
So you know Mom's going to Mexico, right?
The yes means I do know, but the no means I forgot.
I am going to meet with some families that are traveling.
How do you know where they are?
Well, we're going to go to some shelters.
A more aggressive immigration policy, including separating children from their parents if they try to cross illegally.
I had a day where I was in the kitchen with my daughter and I was talking with someone about being separated and how that must be so difficult for these parents. And this person was saying to me, I don't think it's really traumatizing. I said, well, what would you think that if my daughter was separated from me? And my daughter was kind of listening to this conversation and I noticed her crying. It took me 45 minutes to calm her down. So to have her actually physically separated from me, not knowing the language, any of that.
No.
Parents and children were put into different cages and were yelled at for looking at each other.
More than 2,300 children have been separated from their families, with some held in makeshift tent cities and warehouses.
Good night. Sweet.
Children described being kicked if they tried to go to sleep.
There's no question that separation of children from parents entails significant potential for traumatic psychological injury to the child.
When I drop her off at school every morning, I say, look to love. And she'll say, look to love. So even though my daughter doesn't understand all of the complexities of immigration or politics or all of the things, I don't really need her to. I just need her to have a heart that loves God and that loves others.
I am making happy flowers for people. And just so you know, you don't have to water them.
And I said, we're gonna go to a retirement home and we're gonna hand out some of these happy flowers.
At first I was kind of scared and shy, but then when I walked in, I saw a lot of people that were just like us that we could give happy flowers to. It just makes me feel really special that I'm one of the kind of people who love some people who look different than us, but they're not different, and they don't really look different than us on the inside.
And if she grows up like that, then I think I've done an okay job.
If you were in a place where you couldn't get food and you didn't feel safe because people were hurting you or stealing from you, would you want to stay in that place?
No.
What if the people that are trying to get into America don't feel safe and they don't have the food that they need? Do you think that coming to America might be hopeful for them?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. And how do you think they feel when they get here and they get put in a prison?
Bad.
What if you were with me and then they took you away from me and they wouldn't let me see you? How would you feel about that? Super sad. On this trip, I'm hopeful to meet other women, to let them know they're a good mom. And so, yeah, I guess it's gonna change my life.
I know that this is probably going to be a hard trip, and I fully expect to be wrecked, and that's okay. And I don't want to come back the same.
I don't know what to expect, but I do expect transformation. How can we learn more about what's happening and help come up with solutions, you know? What I just said was yes. I said yes.
All the miles make the heart grow fond. There's 1,000 miles